All right, this is lesson 6 out of unit 4, part 2. So number 2 from the last activity that we were working on is to draw a diagram to represent these situations. So similar to how we had these diagrams drawn, we're going to draw these. So the number of ducks living at a pond increased by 40%. So let's draw a box that's going to represent 100% of the ducks. So this is 100% of the ducks from this year. And then we're going to draw another box, and we want to make it look about 40 times or 40% more. So if we look over here, we could go 40 out of 100. There's zeros at the end, so we can cross those out, and it becomes 4/10. And we can simplify 4/10. Let's see, they're both divisible by 2. This would be 2, and this would be 5. So 2/5, we could realistically break this into 5 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and we're going to want to add 2 extra pieces to the ends. So let's make sure our boxes line up. And then we'll have 1 and 2 right there, because those 2 extra boxes will represent the increase of 40%. So this will represent our 140%. And this would just represent the 40% increase. Let's do one for mosquitoes. So let's start by simplifying this and seeing if we can figure out how many parts we would need. So 80 over 100. They both end in a 0, so it would become 8 over 10. Again, these are both divisible by 2. So we would have 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 4/5. So again, we can just put this into fifths. Let's start with the top part of our tape diagram. Turn this into 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. And this can represent our 100%. Now it said it decreased by 80%. So are we going to have 4/5, 4 out of 5 boxes, or are we going to have 1 out of 5 boxes? What do you think? Yeah, so in this case, we would have 1 out of 5 of those boxes to represent 20% of the population that's left, because 80 or 100 minus 80 leaves us 20%, and 20% is equal to 1/5. These 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes represent 80%, and this is our 80% decrease. All right, let's flip the page to 282. And it's going to say 6.4, agree or disagree with the percentages. So do you agree or disagree with each statement? Explain your reasoning. Employee A gets a pay raise of 50%. Employee B gets a pay raise of 45%. So employee A gets the bigger raise. Well, think about that. Do you think a 50% raise or a 45% raise would be a larger raise? Well, if they make the same amount of money, so say they both make $8 and one gets 45% and the other gets 50, then employee A would make more money. So if the pay is the same, if the starting pay is the same, then I agree. But what if it's different? What if one person makes $6 an hour and the other person makes $8 an hour? Well, it depends. So I would disagree because you don't know what their original pay is. So without knowing how much each person makes, you can't tell if it would be a bigger pay raise. All right, question 2. Shirts are on sale for 20% off. You buy 2 of them. As you pay, the cashier says 20% off each shirt means 40% off the total price. So what do you think? Do you agree or do you disagree? Well, I personally would disagree because, and I'm going to show you the math. So each shirt is going to be represented by S. So if it's 20% off each shirt, with 0.2S plus 0.2S. So if we wrote it this way, when we added those together, it would be 0.4S, and that would explain her reasoning, but that's not quite how this works. So it would be 0.2 shirt A and shirt B, because you would be taking 20% off of each of these, or 0.2 A plus 2B. Because it's only going to be 20% off the total price. All right, that is it for lesson 6. I'll see you next time.